Shekulli 19 është i njohur si shekulli i formimit të shteteve kombe, jo vetëm në Ballkan, por në përgjithësi në Evropë. Këtu duhet përmendur, domethënë, që nga koha e bashkimit kombëtar të Gjermanisë, Italisë, pastaj sigurimit të pavarësisë së plotë të Greqisë, pastaj nga vendet autonome që ishin Serbia, Malazezet, Kongresin e Berlinit, marrën pavarësinë e plotë e tjera, do të thotë përgjithsisht shekulli 19 është shekulli i ngritjes maksimum të vetdijes kombëtare.
Όλοι λοιπόν οι βαλκανικοί εθνικισμοί έχουν το στοιχείο του αλυτρωτισμού. Δηλαδή υπάρχει η Μεγάλη Σερβία, η Μεγάλη Βουλγαρία, η Μεγάλη Ιδέα. Θεωρείται ισχυρό κράτος το μεγάλο κράτος. Κανείς δεν διεκδικεί ένα περιορισμένο εδαφικά κράτος.
Mirëmbrëma, ashtu sikurse e kemi thënë edhe herë të tjera, në këtë përvjetor të 100 të shtetit shqiptar, zona e Ndaluar do t'i referohet shpesh ngjarjeve historike, ngjarjeve që kanë të bëjnë me historinë e shtetit ton, me historinë e themelimit të tij, por edhe më gjërë se kaq, pra përtej kufive të shtetit shqiptar dhe mënyrën se si fqinjët kanë ndikuar në krijimin e këtij shteti. Pikërisht për këtë bën fjalë dhe dokumentari që ne do të transmetojmë sot, që në fakt është një dokumentar i shoqatës Balkan Tale me autor Andreas Apostolidis. Në të bëhet fjalë në fakt për 100 vite më parë, për mënyrën kur shtetet ballkanike filluan të shkëputen nga perandoria Ottomane, kur u krijua për herë të parë ndjenja e nacionalizmit. Pikërisht në këtë kohë, pra gati një shekull më parë, kur Shqipëria po shpallte pavarësinë e saj, shtetet e tjera ballkanike tashmë të shkëputura nga perandoria Ottomane po fillonin luftën e parë ballkanike. Në këtë dokumentar të veçantë duken gjithashtu edhe pamje tejet të ralla. Të tilla janë për shembull pamjet e filmuara në fillim të shekullit të shkuar, pra në vitin 1904 në qytetin atëherë shqiptar të Manastirit nga të famshmit vëllezrit Manaki. Të tilla janë ato pamje ekskluzive dhe të pashfaqura kur më parë që tregojnë atë pjesë të veçantë të historisë tonë, pra rrethimin e Shkodrës nga Malazezet. Po përveç pamjeve të veçanta filmike, në këtë dokumentar ngrihen edhe disa pikpyetje, edhe disa tema të rëndësishme. Të tilla janë për shembull për mënyrën se si jetonin popujt me njeri-tjetrin në kuadrin e perandorisë Ottomane, se si bashkjetonin kombe të ndryshme ndërmjet tyre. Kur filloi të krisej apo të prishej kjo bashkjetesë, nga u importua ideja ose teza e shteteve kombe dhe si u krijua nacionalizmi në Ballkan. Ashtu sikurse e theksuam, në këtë dokumentar një pjesë e veçantë i kushtohet luftrave ballkanike, pra të asaj periudhe kur Shqipëria po shpallte pavarësinë e saj në vitin 1912. Luftës së parë ballkanike, kur shtetet e Ballkanit luftuan kundër Perandorisë Osmane, tashmë në optikën e re për të zgjeruar sa më shumë kufit e këtyre shteteve të ri. Gjithashtu për luftën e dytë ballkanike, kur shtetet e Ballkanit përsëri për të njëjtin qëllim u ndeshën përmes tyre. Në këtë dokumentar ne do mundohemi të shohim gjithashtu, sepse ai gjithashtu mundohet të shpjegojë sepse Ballkani u shndrua në një fuqi baroti, sepse ai prodhoi kaq shumë urrëtie, kaq shumë barbarizëm, kaq shumë egërsi. Se si Ballkani në një farë mënyre u shndrua në paraprirsin e atij që pak vite më pas do të shndrohej në konfliktin e parë të madh botror, pra në luftën e parë botërore. Të gjithë këtë histori të shkurtër të një shekulli më parë, ju do keni mundësinë ta ndiqni tani në dokumentarin Ballkani I heshtur. Le ta shohim.
The Balkan Wars broke out in 1912. Serbia, Bulgaria, Greece and Montenegro declared war on the Ottoman Empire, claiming its Balkan territories. Ottoman power in the region collapsed within months. Tens of thousands of soldiers were killed, and hundreds of thousands of civilians fled their homes.
Οι Βαλκανικοί πόλεμοι αποτέλεσαν ριζική τομή. Ήταν μια ριζική τομή που άλλαξε την ζωή των ανθρώπων. Υπάρχει το πριν και το μετά. Αυτή η ριζική τομή δεν έγινε μόνο στο επίπεδο το υλικό. Έγινε και στο επίπεδο του τρόπου που σκέφτονται και θυμούνται οι άνθρωποι.
In the wake of victory, the past was to be forgotten. For many countries, the Ottoman era came to be seen as a dark age, in which little changed over a period of 400 years.
It seems that we always look on only black and white at that period, and of course Turks are black and we are white. But coexistence and this kind of things, I think that I've never learned about that.
If you're prone to see your time in black and white, politically or intellectually or mentally in general, of course you need that kind of dark and white picture about the past.
The memory of coexistence in a multi-ethnic empire was no longer useful for the new nation-states of the Balkans. They all needed their own history of liberation from the Turks in order to foster a new national identity.
Πολύ συστηματικά τα εθνικά κράτη αποσιώπησαν την μνήμη αυτή, έτσι ώστε πάνω σε αυτή την μνήμη να φτιαχτεί μια νέα μνήμη. Η μνήμη δηλαδή του έθνους κράτους.
100 years after the Balkan Wars, is it possible to revisit the region without the stereotypes of the past? And can the memory of coexistence between different ethnic and religious groups during the Ottoman Empire still be relevant to us today? This is the first film of the Balkans, dating from 1904. It shows everyday life in the villages of Avdela, in Ottoman Macedonia. The film was shot by two pioneering filmmakers, the Manike brothers, who recorded scenes of everyday life in the village.
Οι αδερφοί Μανάκια τραβήξαν το πρώτο κομμάτι, θεωρείται το παλαιότερο ντοκιμαντέρ στα Βαλκάνια, και είναι οι Φάντρες. Και όπως όλοι οι παλιοί φωτογράφοι που παίρνουν κινηματογραφική μηχανή, τη χρησιμοποιούν όπως είναι η φωτογραφική μηχανή. Δηλαδή είναι σταθερή και αντί να φωτογραφίζει, κινηματογραφεί, σχεδόν ακίνητη. Μέσα σε αυτή τη λογική κινηματογραφούν τον περιβόητο γάμο, όπου είναι μεγαλειώδες το θέαμα.
The Manikia brothers lived and worked in Ottoman Macedonia. In the towns of Grevena, Yanina and Monastir, modern-day Bitola. They filmed the end of an era, a world without national borders in which different ethnic and religious groups coexisted within a vast empire. Like the people they were filming, the Manikia brothers did not have a distinct national identity. They were first and foremost citizens of an empire.
One of the difficulties that we face today is to understand how the world operated in the age of empires. And the Ottoman Empire was not a mono-confessional, mono-ethnic state. There were large numbers of various religious groups, the people speaking various languages. For most of the imperial history, they did not pursue national agendas of their own.
The Ottoman Empire was one of the most impressive the world has ever seen. Stretching from Algiers to Baghdad and from Cairo to Budapest, this huge empire contained a multitude of ethnic and religious groups. This is the world uncovered by the extraordinary color photographs found in the collection of the French humanitarian Albert Kahn. An empire which defined its inhabitants by their religion, but which allowed them to live side by side.
These people did not live in segregated society, they were already mixed. In Athens it was rather harmonious, celebrating each other's religious festivities and so on. In Bulgaria you see Christians renting parts of houses of Muslims, so no segregation. In Skopje there are many places where tombs of saints, the dervish saint or a Christian saint, were venerated by both Christians and Muslims together.
Of course they had their different neighborhoods, but they also very frequently came together in public spaces like baths or marketplaces and shared a certain degree of common civility.
These images were shot in 1904 in Belgrade. Crowds of people wearing a variety of traditional costumes gather to watch the coronation of King Peter I of Serbia. Serbia had become an independent state over 30 years ago. But in 1904, Belgrade was still a multi-ethnic Balkan city.
Towns and cities were incredibly mixed. It was never 100%. There was an interpenetration or interlocking of spaces, and spaces inhabited by Turkish Muslims or Bulgarians or Greeks or Serbs or Montenegrins, even in mixed villages.
So I think we have to be careful not to idealize the realities of life in the Ottoman Empire. It remains, however, an example of a polity in which different groups of different faiths did coexist with remarkably little by the standards of the 20th and the early 21st century with remarkably little strife between them.
Το πώς ήταν η καθημερινότητα και τι σήμαινε να ζουν μαζί δίπλα-δίπλα άνθρωποι με διαφορετικές γλώσσες, διαφορετικές πεποιθήσεις, ήθη και κυρίως με διαφορετικό θρήσκευμα, αυτό έχει τελείως ξεχαστεί, σαν ανύπαρκτο, σαν να μην υπήρξε ποτέ.
In the 19th century, life in the Ottoman Empire began to change. Influenced by Western Europe, the Balkans were transformed by revolutionary new ideas that would lead to the creation of nation-states and ultimately to the outbreak of the Balkan Wars.
The French Revolution, for the first time, created, or shall we say, popularized, the idea of a single nation, a single people, led by a common government, a common republican government.
Shekulli 19 është i njohur si shekulli i formimit të shteteve kombe, jo vetëm në Ballkan, por në përgjithësi në Evropë. Këtu duhet përmendur, domethënë, që nga koha e bashkimit kombëtar të Gjermanisë, Italisë, pastaj sigurimit të pavarësisë së plotë të Greqisë, pastaj nga vendet autonome që ishin Serbia, Malazezet, në Kongresin e Berlinit marrën pavarësinë e plotë e tjera, do të thotë përgjithsisht shekulli 19 është shekulli i ngritjes maksimum të vetdijes kombëtare.
Nationalism, or a nation state, requires the creation of a space, a territory, but if you are Greek, there are all these Bulgarians and Vlachs and Albanians and Turkish Muslims living on this space. Conversely, if you are Turkish, there are all these, again, Greeks, Armenians, Kurds, Arabs, etc. living in this space. So we have to find a way to make sure that they are not there, that they go away or disappear somehow.
In the 19th century, the Balkans were radically transformed by the creation of the new nation-states, like Greece, Serbia, Bulgaria, Romania, and Montenegro. The newsreels of the period record the national celebrations and military parades of this new world.
As these embryonic nation-states came into being and developed, they created, of course, immediately two crucial elements of state power, the army and national education systems. And socialization through the army and through education became two absolutely crucial pillars of nationalist consciousness.
Most nationalists tended to be rather dissatisfied with the state that they got, because when the borders were agreed, they would find that people they regarded as co-nationals who should be in Greece or should be in Bulgaria or Serbia were on the wrong side of the border.
The main objective of these new nation-states was to win over their unredeemed brothers, the Christian populations living outside their borders. This battle soon spread to the heart of Ottoman Europe, Macedonia.
Με τα όπλα, με τα σχολεία και με τις εκκλησίες, με την λειτουργία, προσπαθούν οι αντίπαλοι εθνικισμοί να προσελκύσουν τον ντόπιο πληθυσμό στο δικό τους εθνικό πρόγραμμα.
The Manikia brothers filmed these children in an outdoor school in Avdela in 1905. The scene seems idyllic, but behind it lies a propaganda war that quickly turned violent. That same year, a Greek band of guerrilla fighters would burn down 130 houses in the village. The armed conflict between the new Balkan states had begun. This reality is mirrored in these exceptional portraits taken by photographer Leonidas Papazoglou in the town of Kastoria. Greek, Bulgarian and Turkish fighters, together with the town's inhabitants, proudly pose for the camera.
Είναι η περίοδος ανάμεσα στο 1904 και 1908 που αποκαλούμε Μακεδονικός Αγώνας. Ο Μακεδονικός Αγώνας ήταν μια σύγκρουση ανταρτικών ομάδων βουλγαρικών και ελληνικών με σκοπό να πιεστούν τα μακεδονικά χωριά να δηλώσουν υπέρ της μίας ή της άλλης εθνικής πλευράς.
Nevertheless, when they're asked, well, are you Greek or are you Bulgarian? For many of them, it's a meaningless question. But of course, by 1914, it will not be a meaningless question because their life or death could depend on it.
Over the next decade, their lives would radically change. Macedonia was to become the battlefield of a bloody conflict waged between the armies of the new nation-states of the Balkans. One of the most significant records of life during the Ottoman Empire is this film of Sultan Mehmed V's visit to the cities of Thessaloniki and Monastir in 1911. The Manikia brothers filmed this remarkable procession, capturing the end of an era. These are among the last moving pictures of the Balkans taken before the breakup of the empire.
Στη Θεσσαλονίκη οργανώθηκε μια μεγαλοπρεπής υποδοχή του Σουλτάνου από όλες τις κοινότητες, τους εκπροσώπους των διαφόρων κοινοτήτων. Η εβραϊκή κοινότητα της Θεσσαλονίκης επίσης κατασκεύασε μια μεγαλοπρεπή αψίδα και σχολεία, σύλλογοι, εκπρόσωποι των διαφορετικών κοινοτήτων παρέλασαν στους δρόμους της Θεσσαλονίκης για την υποδοχή του Σουλτάνου.
In the period leading up to the Balkan Wars, Thessaloniki knew what was in some ways the period of its greatest prosperity. And at the same time, the city is a place where Greek nationalists, Bulgarian nationalists and others are also scheming or dreaming of the dismemberment of European Turkey and incorporation in their nation states. So underneath the surface, there's enormous dissension about what the city's future should be.
In the period leading to the Balkan Wars, photographers and cameramen filmed an endless stream of military exercises in the region. The new Balkan states dreamt of territorial expansion, of conquering lands they claimed to be their own, but which were beyond their borders.
Όλοι λοιπόν οι βαλκανικοί εθνικισμοί έχουν το στοιχείο του αλυτρωτισμού. Δηλαδή υπάρχει η Μεγάλη Σερβία, η Μεγάλη Βουλγαρία, η Μεγάλη Ιδέα. Θεωρείται ισχυρό κράτος το μεγάλο κράτος. Κανείς δεν διεκδικεί ένα περιορισμένο εδαφικά κράτος.
Everybody is obsessed with land. And that's true of everybody. That's true of the imperial powers. Everybody has this idea that more land is better and less land is a problem.
Κανείς δεν πίστευε ότι θα μπορούσε να γίνει με διπλωματικά μέσα η μοιρασιά της Οθωμανικής Αυτοκρατορίας. Ήταν προφανές ότι αυτές οι διαφορές μόνο με πόλεμο μπορούσαν να λυθούν.
In 1912, Serbia, Bulgaria, Montenegro and Greece joined forces to declare war against the Ottoman Empire. This was to be the First Balkan War. While the army of Montenegro laid siege to the city of Shkodra, French cameramen filmed battle scenes, as well as the first images of dead civilians. Within months, Ottoman forces withdrew from Macedonia, Epirus and Thrace. Here, the camera follows the victorious advance of the Greek army.
Το πιθανότερο είναι να υπάρχουν κάποιοι Έλληνες οπερατέρ που έχουν έρθει από την Κωνσταντινούπολη, δεν έχουμε ονόματα, στους πρώτους Βαλκανικούς, αλλά τα περισσότερα που έχουμε δεν είναι ακριβώς από μάχες. Και μετά έχουμε βέβαια την είσοδο σε κάποιες πόλεις, έχουμε την είσοδο στη Θεσσαλονίκη του ελληνικού στρατού και την είσοδο στα Γιάννενα με τον ίδιο τον Κωνσταντίνο.
As each army advanced, entire populations were forced to leave their homes. European newsreels recorded the first images of an epic humanitarian disaster that would reach a tragic climax in 1923, with the official population exchange between Greece and Turkey of almost 2 million Christians and Muslims.
Μπουλούκια ακολουθούσαν τις στρατιές από πίσω οι άνθρωποι, γιατί δεν ξέρανε πού θα σταματήσουν τα σύνορα. Δηλαδή, μουσουλμάνοι ακολουθούσαν τον Οθωμανικό στρατό από πίσω, όχι μόνο γιατί τους κυνηγούσαν οι άλλοι στρατοί, αλλά γιατί δεν ήξεραν τι θα είναι η επόμενη μέρα.
The victory of the Balkan allies forced the Ottoman Empire to surrender, but peace was still elusive. In June 1913, Bulgaria attacked Greece and Serbia, hoping to gain more lands. This was the beginning of the Second Balkan War.
The Second Balkan War sees the competing and essentially irreconcilable irredentist claims of the Allies in the Balkan League explode into a second conflict.
Διεκδικούσαν λοιπόν και οι Βούλγαροι και οι Έλληνες και οι Σέρβοι ορθόδοξους χριστιανούς κατοίκους της Οθωμανικής Αυτοκρατορίας. Επομένως ο ανταγωνισμός ήταν πολύ πιο σκληρός και πολύ πιο φανατισμένος.
The impact of the Second Balkan War on the civilian population was devastating. The extent of war atrocities committed against the inhabitants of the region was made known by the Carnegie Commission. Entire towns and villages, such as Serbet and Kilkis, were burnt down by the Bulgarian and Greek armies respectively, as they fought to capture populated areas and carried out reprisals.
Υπήρξαν οπωσδήποτε πολλές αγριότητες κατά μάχων και αυτό είναι και το σκοτεινό πρόσωπο των Βαλκανικών πολέμων. Καταστράφηκαν σοδιές, κάηκαν σπίτια, σκοτώθηκαν άνθρωποι και υπήρχε επίσης και ο φόβος που κληροδότησαν αυτοί οι πόλεμοι στους ανθρώπους, οι οποίοι είναι και τα αθώα θύματα αυτής της ιστορίας.
And this is what happens in war. And this is what happened in that kind of war, with that kind of agenda. So, unfortunately, enthusiasm, patriotic enthusiasm on mass scale, the belief, sincere belief in a just cause, goes side by side with atrocity. It's very regrettable, but that's how the war is. That's how the modern war is too, because it was a modern war.
Φτιάχτηκε ένα φιλμάκι το οποίο έδειχνε την σκληρότητα αυτού του πολέμου στο Παρίσι, στους κινηματογράφους, για το πόσο απάνθρωπος είναι αυτός ο πόλεμος και είπαν ευτυχώς δεν γίνεται στη δική μας την περιοχή, αλλά γίνεται κάτω στα Βαλκάνια. Και το σχόλιο το ξεχάσανε μετά από ένα χρόνο, γιατί το 2014 αρχίζει ο πρώτος παγκόσμιος και εκεί τα πράγματα είναι πραγματικά σοβαρά και πολύ σκληρά, γιατί είχαν πάρα πολλούς νεκρούς και πάρα πολλά θύματα.
Οι Βαλκανικοί πόλεμοι κατά κάποιο τρόπο προανήγγυλαν την μεγάλη σύγκρουση του Πρώτου Παγκοσμίου Πολέμου ως προς όλα τους τα χαρακτηριστικά. Η βία είναι ένα από αυτά.
The 20th century was the most violent century of world history. 2 world wars, the Jewish Holocaust, nuclear destruction, genocides, and ethnic cleansing. The Balkans had their share of violence, culminating in the breakup of Yugoslavia in the early 1990s.
Όταν τελείωσαν οι πόλεμοι στην Ιουγκοσλαβία, είχαμε την αίσθηση ότι έκλεισε ο κύκλος των Βαλκανικών πολέμων, ότι έκλεισε ο κύκλος της βίας. Ωστόσο, στην περιοχή μας η κατάσταση είναι εξαιρετικά ρευστή. Αυτό το τοπίο που βλέπαμε πριν από τους Βαλκανικούς πολέμους, με τις διαφορετικές ταυτότητες, ισχύει και σήμερα. Τίποτα όμως δεν μας εξασφαλίζει ότι δεν θα υπάρξει μία νέα ανάφλεξη. Εξακολουθούν να δημιουργούνται εθνικές ταυτότητες στην περιοχή. Δεν έχει τελειώσει η εθνογένεση.
100 years after the Balkan Wars, war continues to threaten the region. But by looking back to the history of coexistence in the Balkans, we can begin to better understand the present and to face the future without the prejudices of the past.
It's a tragedy to have a shared past from one hand, on the other to perceive themselves as victims of history and mostly as enemies.
It seems that if you live in the Balkans, that you only have negative image of the other. People accept the other only as an enemy, not as a friend. I think that we have to learn what coexistence is.
Η βαλκανική κοινή ιστορία υπάρχει. Δεν είναι κάτι το οποίο χρειάζεται κανείς να το εφεύρει. Όσο και αν φαίνεται οξύμορο, ο εθνικισμός είναι στοιχείο αυτής της βαλκανικής ιστορίας.
Ky pra ishte dokumentari Ballkani i heshtur i autorit Andreas Apostolidis, i cili mëtonte të tregonte atë që ka ndodhur në gadishullin ton rreth 100 vite më parë, pikrisht atëherë kur Shqipëria shpallte pavarësinë e saj. Në këtë dokumentar shtjellohej në fakt se si u shndrua Ballkani nga një vend i Perandorisë Osmane në një vend i cili vazhdoi të krijojë konflikte më shumë se sa mund të përballojë, në një vend ku nacionalizmi, lufta për shtetet kombe, pastrimi etnik krijoi drama tejet të mëdha. Të njëjtin dokumentar ju do të keni mundësinë ta rishihni të ritransmetuar ditën e shtunë në orat 18:30, ndërsa ne bashkë si gjithmonë do takohemi të hënën e ardhshme në ora 22. Natën e mirë.